as I said yesterday on the broadcast, this just does not seem like logical behavior to me. This account that we have about Potiphar, who came home to have his wife make these accusations toward Joseph, who he had come to trust in such a tremendous way. I mean, everything in his household, he just turned it over to this man just to run. And now he's looking at this situation, and he realizes he has to do something here because his wife is making these charges, and it just can't be ignored. But I can't help but to think that this man was thinking, if I lose him as head over all of my household, this is going to affect my financial situation because this man has caused so many blessings to come my way. So we read the scripture in the next verse. That was verse 16 that we just read. And it says, "And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, and his wrath was kindled." Now listen to this, verse number 20. "And Joseph's master," that would be Potiphar, "took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound." As I said yesterday, this just does not seem logical to me, that he would actually physically take him there to this place of this prison. Because if he was angry, you'd think he would have called for his own other guards and said, "Come, get this man, put him in chains, take him away." But that's not what happened at all. This seems to me like somebody who was actually trying in his own way to protect him and to not give him, quote, the maximum sentence. And it says almost immediately. But Joseph, said the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. So you read that and you go, wow, that's wonderful. And of course, we read all the way through these accounts that the Lord was with him. But it seems to me like that this promotion that Joseph had happened pretty quick. Well, there's more to the story. Because you read in chapter 40 of the book of Genesis, chapter number 3. And this is concerning these other characters that we'll talk about later in the broadcast, or probably next week, the baker and the butler. And it says, "And he put them in ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound." Now, what are we talking about here? Well, it tells us that this place where Joseph had been taken by Potiphar was actually in Potiphar's own house or property. And he was still under the charge of the captain of the guard, who was Potiphar. The story begins to be even more intriguing as we look at this new evidence. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.